Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Something I haven't done. I kind of started the circuit once with Brickage, actually, I think it was. And I haven't done much with it since, and I really ought to. So, that's what we're doing. Hope everybody's day is going well. I get to choose where I start. I guess not. One thing I don't like about this is you don't get to choose your Warframe. Well, you do, but you can't choose your favourite Warframe necessarily. What are my choices here? Well, I do actually have a Wisp Prime, but I haven't run it. What do I want? And oh, great! I didn't even get to. What are we doing?
Secrets lie buried deep within the Undercroft. The Paradox provides the means to extract them. You must protect the excavators and keep them powered.
Oh, it is my Wisp. Oh, that's interesting. Oh well, it's one way to rank it up, I suppose. My experience looking at this previously was finding that the power Pujima What's-It was not particularly easy. Yeah. Last time I did this, I got lucky. I said last time. First time I did this, started doing this, I should say. I was lucky enough to use my Gauss. Last time I started this, which was actually less than an hour ago, I got to use my Uriel, which was nice. But obviously, when you continue, you have to use a different Warframe, which is awkward for me, because this is not one I'm used to, and I didn't have time to really work on it.
Marking Void Treasure Extraction Site.
Alright, let's head for B. One thing I find irritating isn't exactly that you continue from precisely where you left off. You have to go and redo a mission or two. So if you need to go to the toilet, you're in trouble.
Extractor in place.
Yeah. Hello, microwave. Or how many M's should I pronounce there? Microwave. Sorry if I sound like I'm making fun. I apologize.
void treasure has been located.
Never used a wisp before. This was completely unexpected. Did not think I was going to end up ranking this up today. Not my choice, has to be said. Power cells, that's what they're called, yes. Oh, I'm glad. I was going to say, it makes me sound like Homer Simpson. Michael. Well, at least I got a few people to carry me through.
I sense another void treasure.
Come here, you.
The out is now open to you. But further buried riches are here for the taking. Do not expect me to tell you when to stop. Judge for yourself. Crucibles. Bizarre contraptions left behind.
Oh, one of these.
Time of Scholar's Landing.
It's funny that I did the old piece before this. This is obviously the same kind of thing.
Locate a crucible. Your enemies hoard the amphors the crucibles need. Retrieve them.
I refuse to look at my...
Creates the corrosive elemental force by mixing toxin and electricity.
My armor and health status. Well, I should be looking at it, shouldn't I, really? No idea if that's any help. Yeah, very much like the old piece, just done differently. Hey, but there's an opportunity to get some mastery levels at least. The weapon loader I would have chosen, to be honest.
A new element is born. Find the next crucible.
Is this one new? Cold and heat. Okay. Anybody left any heats lying around?
When heat and cold crash together, the blast elemental force is created.
I want to say, that creates blast, doesn't it? know what level this is. I didn't pay much attention to that. Wow, that is a fairly substantial slam attack, which is kind of gratifying. Need all the advantages I can get. Deal.
Even in the depths of the Undercroft, the laws of alchemical science remain unbroken.
Strangely, for those interested, Isaac Newton was more interested in alchemy, apparently, than he was in science. Alchemy, arguably, gave way to modern chemistry, so...
History dictates that this Tenno asset was destroyed in a grave setback to the cause. Let us rewrite that event. The enemy musters for a fresh assault. Hold the line.
Ah. Oopsie. What's that? That's some reach this thing's got.
The winds blow fiercely. The rains do not relent. Still, the stout bough stands.
You know what I haven't tried? All kinds of things. Yeah, looks like it's best to simply hit things a lot.
Is being tested. Do
not
falter. Enemies incoming. Stand fast.
That's a ridiculous jump height. Ooh, what does that do? That's where I go and took off my head. Now, supposedly, when I do the steel path, isn't there a way of getting a weapon up? Some weapons.
Been exhausted.
I was going to say Imodium. That's not the one I meant.
I advise you not to be content with merely doing enough. Confront the maddened ones who walk the Undercroft. The shadows of armies that do not yet exist. Ensure they never become fully real.
I think someone's playing fast and loose with concept of time here that we were. Are you trying to get my attention? Hey, how you doing, Bricage? How you realised that the circuit was basically the old path, but or Descendia, if you like, just done differently. Somebody obviously knows their way around. What's the point of breaking the stones apart?
Fan the flame.
And if I had time, I would switch. What am I supposed to do with this? Hit it. Okay. If in doubt, hit it.
What a waste! Your scarred vessel comes to beg once more? You will never pry the Yanis key from the clutches of its rightful owner. I, Captain Vor, have ascended, and the void salutes me. You will die a lifetime, an eternity a human. Not over.
Definitely would be happy with my guess. Oh, Uriel. Uriel was good, essentially.
You have calmed the storm. Return to the world above.
I don't want to have to restart. Let's see if I can do this assassination solo. Oh, that's not creepy at all. What was somebody thinking? I know I've killed Jackal before, but where is he?
Minions to fight in their stead. This Jackal is a mere envoy. Destroy it.
Where is it?
Evade. You can attack later. The body is well armored. The limbs, less so.
Oh, this is not going well. Oh, for heaven's sake, I don't stand a chance here, do I?
First, bring it down. Then work on keeping it down.
Thank you.
Avoid the beams. Now, strike while it's down.
Oh, isn't this the one I had to...
You have an opportunity. Take it.
No, I don't. This isn't going to work. I'm going to die. Isn't this the one where I had to end up dropping explosive mower on it or something? I mean, I'm not even scratching this thing.
Do not hesitate to attack when an opening presents itself.
Oh, thank you for the advice there.
Avoid the beams. You have an opportunity. Take it. The foe flees before your onslaught. Hunt it down.
Oh, I see.
It has support. Change your focus.
Too much to expect that a Tauron strike would be any help, huh? I can see why everybody left. They really didn't want to do this part, did they? Partly ranked up Wisp is not my chosen Warframe for this, I can guarantee you. Excuse me. Run. I don't know why I'm bothering collecting stuff. It's not like I'm going to get to keep any of it. Right. Where is it? Go to the center, I suppose. Oh. Oh, it's up there again. Yeah, that doesn't look like something I want to get in the way of. Oops. Hey, Jerry. I'm not doing very good at this. I'm dead. I didn't like the jackal the first time I had to do it. On prompt. Attacking Shelob. Let's see the prompt.
Your fury upon what is vulnerable.
Oh, great. Thank you. That's not helpful. Whoops. Well, you wait for it to get vulnerable, and then you use the Parazon on its head. Appears to be the best way to do it. If I recall correctly, the first time I had to do one of these was, I think it was a jackal. Yeah, you ended up having to do something complicated, like summon up explosive mower, which actually blew it up. I think that was right. Come on, guys. And like I say, doing this with a Warframe that you are in the process of ranking up probably isn't the best way to do it. Yeah. Shields, I should say. Great. Okay, where's the final one? Oh, it's going to be the pain in the bottom one, isn't it? Where is it? Yeah, you just had to take that opportunity to call in an airstrike on me, didn't you? Alright. What was it Deadpool would say? Maximum effort. Or some rubbish like that. Rise. Ouch. Run. What's this?
It will not get up again. Finish it.
Where is it? Are you sure about that? He said it wouldn't get up again. You lying scumbag.
The foe has fallen. Stab it to the heart. Let this victory serve as a warning.
Oof.
Duviri is defended.
That would be a lot easier with a proper Warframe. Well, the thing is, if I stop now, I'm going to have to come back and do it all over again, don't I?
It is my duty to make extraordinary demands of exceptional people. The Paradox has drawn Void Angels to besiege the Undercroft. Undo what their claws have done, or Duviri may fall to something worse even than Thrax. The spheres you see are ambient void energy.
Yes, we know what they are.
Gather as much as you can and use it to heal the damage.
God, irritating. Oh, you bothersome thing. That was so close.
If the Void Angels break through the wall, their master will be freed. Do not allow that to happen.
Last chance, really.
Close the ruptures as you would staunch the wounds of a comrade.
Oh, shut up. Come here, you. Great, I didn't get... Oh yeah, you just gotta make this one interesting, haven't you? Oh, how many of these have I got to do? Give me a break, people! Couldn't you have made this a little simpler for someone running this solo?
A breach has been sealed. Excellent work.
Alright. Oh, come on. Leave me alone. I've got things to do and you lot are getting in my way. I keep wanting to pick up this big boy here. Well, that should help. At what point can I safely exit this without having to replay half the blasted game? Well, apparently not that. Go away, go away, go away. How many of these have I got to do? Oh, I've got to do 5 of them? Are you kidding me? Yeah. I think I should. That. Where would it take me next time? think I've already got that one. It's going to send me straight back to the beginning, isn't it? I have to start over. I need to get on the steel path for this one too. Forget it. Forget it. Forget it. Oh, great. Right. How is everybody doing this morning? My tips for killing a corrupted jackal. Beat the hell out of it and then hit X a lot. Oh no, I know there's more loot to collect. I would rather run Descendia solo, I think. Alright, what have I got building? I have... Oh, yes. I got the Uriel chassis. Oh, I got that last night, didn't I? Yeah, because I ground that. Found out I had the necessary... Why am I... Oh, yeah. I found out I had the necessary to build a Venato Prime, which I've had in my blueprint list forever. Let's see. What have I got?
Operator, Ordis has determined the secrets to happiness. A combination
I love this one.
of heightened dopamine levels and a terrible memory. You're welcome!
A combination of heightened dopamine levels and a bad memory. Yeah, that's pretty much right. Alright, let's have a little look, see what I can actually build. 'Cause sometimes you go through your build list and it's like, ooh, I can build that. Not seeing anything I immediately want. Oh, it's good to have you. How are you doing, Kuzco? I'm building a Revenant already, aren't I? I think. Ooh. No, I don't actually need that at the moment. I seem to be collecting Stance Former. Okay, nothing immediately stands out as... Oh, there was something I wanted to check on. It's been in my... Maybe I want to build it eventually. Yeah, the Sun and Moon. Yeah, this is all Diveri stuff, isn't it? I'll get there eventually. Who uses Venato? Ah, Caliban. Yeah. Alright, what am I going to do? Well, actually, let's see. I do have... The Gaia Prime is coming along. As you'll notice, I have 4 Radiant Lith G14s. And I might grind for those a bit, because I've got everything else. I just need the Gaia Prime Neuroptics. Well, incidentally, the reason I started early today is because I need to do a couple of things a bit earlier. Do I want to try my luck with Gaia Prime Neuroptics? With a Radiant? Don't know. Hang on, that is a Lith, isn't it? Yeah. What's on the Lith circuit? I suspect the Jackal... To be honest, I think the Jackal thing would have been easier had I had one of my regular Warframes. Because they have adaptation and... oh, what's the regeneration one? Really, really, really helps with survival. What have we got for this? defense. Ooh. You know what? I might run that. I've got 4 chances, 10%, and I might get enough. And that got an hour, and it's a nice, easy one. So I'll tell you what, Kuzco, while you're logging in, I am going to take a quick break, empty the bladder, and I will be right back. I'm back. Let's see. I was asked yesterday whether I'd had the chance to try Soulframe, and the answer is complicated. I'll probably repeat the story when certain people are on, but so Soulframe, I am signed up for Soulframe. In principle, I might get an invite at some point. Whatever. I downloaded the MSI, which is the Windows install package, added that to Steam, ran it from Steam. The install worked, which was good. It then ran, and of course that's when I found out. I attempted to log in with my Shards of Insanity persona, and It told me I needed an invite. Okay, that's good. All right, let's see what I can do with that. So the next thing I had to try is, okay, now integrate the install package with Steam. There are other ways of doing it. I'm happier doing it through Steam. It all comes down to basically emulation, running through Proton or Wine. And I prefer to go through Proton because Steam handles that for you. And people have got it running, apparently. Now, the problem was, you need to know the executable to run in order to get it running. And this is under Linux, by the way. So that makes life complicated. So I basically deleted my previous install, redid the install, and this time I watched the install through System Monitor so I could actually see the program it was running and the location that was in. It turned out to be this thing called launcher.exe. Great. Linked that as a non-Steam program in Steam, which is fine. It sets it up and all the rest of it. And then two things happened. The first thing was I couldn't get the target directory right. In other words, I could run launcher.exe, but every single time I did it wanted to do another install. And I tried all kinds of permutations and combinations to skip that bit, but I could not get the target directory set up properly for whatever reason. However, if I said, please install to this directory, which was the one I'd used previously, it would start the upgrade, see that everything was there, and then continue. Login problems, that's fine. I thought, okay, this is manageable. At the very least, if I can get an invite, I can possibly do a first impressions video of Soulframe. Next problem occurred. It stopped running. And I don't know why. So I basically wiped the install, and that's where I am at the moment. I am kind of tempted to wait until it's released on Steam. However, I got a suspicion once it's available through the Steam library, I will be able to run it. It looks like I should be able to. There may or may not be problems, but I think I've got a good chance of being able to run it. So that's the story with Soulframe. I spent entirely too much time trying to work that yesterday. If I had, I would have done a sort of midday first impressions, but that didn't happen. So if anybody's wondering if I've tried Soulframe, the answer is I've tried. Yay! So, Bricage, are you up for? Let me just make sure. I can't spell. Yeah, some Lith G14s. I'll send you the text. Now I'm not sure it was Lith G14s, it was Lith G something, wasn't it? It was Lith G14. Yeah, because that's what I need to run. It's alright. Yeah, I may as well give this a bash. So, yeah, that's a nice easy. Where's my radiance? Yeah, here we go. Funny thing yesterday, I was twice asked, once during a stream and once very early this morning. I'm going to guess it's the same person, but who knows. I still don't sit straight in this chair, do I? That's weird. Why is it I put the titles I do to my live streams? It's a good question. Why do I do it that way? I've kind of answered it before, I think. But there are something you've got to consider. One, I generally don't have any idea what I'm going to be doing when I go into a live stream, so I have to have something generic. If it's something like The Long Dark, to be honest with you, The Long Dark : Stalker - Day 200 is boring. And for Warframe, I generally have no idea. So that's something to consider. The second thing is live streaming is as much about personality as it is my inability to play the game.
You must defend our equipment until
Well, no, actually, the second thing is coming up with a decent,
crack open a relic.
with a decent thumbnail and snappy title. It's not really me. I am actually personally not that. I don't find a lot of thumbnails appealing. I'm more likely to read the description or the title and say, oh, that's amusing, or that's funny, or something like that.
Are dropping reactants. Keep fighting. Look for more reactants.
So, no thumbnails. Can't do thumbnails. Don't have the artistic talent to do it. How do I express myself, shall we say? And the other thing is, I'm a live streamer, for heaven's sake. I'm just having a bit of fun. It's about personality as much as anything else. And for me to put in something other than an obvious description is entirely me,
Well done, Tenno. Your relic is open.
So I ended up with this general policy of coming up with amusing, thoughtful, or just generally cynical and or pithy quotes that I don't come up with myself most of the time. I normally quote, I don't know, Murphy's Laws of Combat. Heinz Guderian, used a few of his. Rommel, I've used a few of his. Caesar, I've used a few of his quotes as portrayed by William Shakespeare. At the very least, I try and make it sort of relevant to the game. So for The Long Dark, I generally come up with quotes that are associated with survival, resilience, the wilderness, the cold, ice, something like that. For Warframe, I do things which are somehow related to combat, violence, the military. So, in some ways it's appropriate. In some ways it doesn't really tell you what I'm going to do, which, given that I don't have any idea what I'm going to do, I didn't know I was going to be doing the circuit today, for example. I kind of thought, oh, that might be something to try at about 4 a.m. this morning. So that's why I use the titles that I do. And then for the thumbnails themselves, I try and come up with something which looks good artistically in terms of the game itself. Now what do I want? So that's why I title my streams the way I do. I mean, let's face it. I mean, I suppose I should properly research it and see what other people do, but I don't want to do everything that other people do.
continue to defend, you will be rewarded for your bravery.
I mean, you know, how would I come up with a decent title for Warframe? I mean, yeah, there's an obvious way I could do things with the Long Dark, but if you look at the playlist in order, you know, you've got a pretty good idea that I've been playing it for a while. That you know, does the day really matter? And I have, you know, done stuff which is appropriate to the game, or turned out appropriate. One of my titles for The Long Dark was something like, "Don't make prophetic titles, it never ends out well." Because, yeah, I'd said something, I can't remember what it was, that turned out vaguely prophetic. It is, you know, it would be very easy to say, you know, oh, the long dark days, you know, 200 to 220 or something. Yeah, it's a bit boring, isn't it? So I don't do it. And I don't know what I'd do for Warframe. It will always end up the same. Warframe, grinding for fill in the blank. Like, you know, okay, that's interesting. Leaves no room for spontaneity, because then I'm more or less committing to doing that. And I have found, if I think I've done this, where I've actually, you know, put something in where that's what I was intending doing, and then I didn't. What I'm more likely to do is change, if something significant happens during a stream, and this applies for everything. Yeah, then, you know, I might very well update the description and title. But I also like to think, and I can't remember if I said it, I like to think that by putting in, you know, quotes of some kind, I'm saying something about myself. And as I said, live streaming is as much about personality as it is, I think it is. As it is about the quality of the gameplay. I mean, don't ever watch my videos if you want the blow-by-blow account on how to do something. That would require more editing skills. I really have. I suppose there could be something about a target audience, but I
you can handle more of the enemy.
don't know who my target audience is. I suppose my target audience is not people who want a 20-minute video. Ooh, I don't think I got one of those. Well, the story stuff I tend to put in separate playlists. So you'll see that most of the Warframe quests are in a separate playlist. I think they all are, actually, and those are separately titled.
Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
Well, given that I don't necessarily know what the stream's going to be, you know, and who knows, you might look at it and smile. Or yeah, Murphy's Laws of Combat, or the 70 Habits of Maximally Effective Mercenaries. You know, they make me smile, so I think, hey, well, maybe it'll make someone else smile. But like I say, the problem there is I'm running out of them. I suppose I should attribute the quote, but I don't, because I don't have space. I've only got 100 characters to actually get the quote in. 140 for Twitch, but I've got to appeal to everything. A word on statistics, seeing as I'm talking about this. So, as I understand it, alright, I'm running Radiant G14s, which gives you, in principle, a 10% chance to get the rare drop. It's 10%. And I've got 4. Unfortunately, that doesn't mean I get a 40% chance. My statistics is very, very terrible.
You have collected enough reactant to open the relic.
So, yeah, just because I run 4 relics at 10% each doesn't mean a 40% chance of getting the part that I want. It's a 10% chance each time. So it might be more accurate to say, if I run 4 relics, the chance of getting what I want is somewhere between 10 and 40%. But it's not 40%. It's not cumulative. Because that would mean, if it was cumulative, you'd run the thing 10 times and you would get it. But that's not how statistics work. And I don't know how to properly calculate it. Just for those wondering about statistics. I mean, I have had 2% chances before now. I got my first Gunson Prime Blade on a 2% chance.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
Oh, okay. Alright, everybody's... Well, not everybody. Just come back and do it again.
That's the last of them. Objective is secure. Let's go home.
I think I might be able to rank up. I might be able to rank up my last one. Let's have a quick look. No, next one. Next one I'll be able to rank it up, so. Hey, it gives me something to do. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I tried to explain some of my policies on titles in in my reply to a comment. I don't know. I've been given advice about, oh, if you call it something like this, I can't remember what it was, for one particular stream I did, somebody wrote in and said, what you really want to do is title it What You Have, and then a player reacts, make it look like a reaction video. He said, you'll get lots of hits on that. I didn't. It made absolutely no difference whatsoever.
Our position has been compromised. Defend the cargo until reinforcements arrive. Void fissures. You need them to open up.
I mean, technically what I ought to do,
You can withstand their fury.
I'd probably have a lot more success if I took my daily live streams and then reduced them down to a 20-minute edit. But I don't have the skills to do that. I have no idea how I would go through 6 hours of video a day, or however many. Look, if I did one live stream in a day and then decided to try and edit it down to 20 minutes, I have no idea how I would do that.
Find more.
How would you pick out the key moments? And then you'd probably have to redo the voiceover. Yeah, I would need to hire a proper editor, and yeah, that's not happening anytime soon. And then for 3 live streams a day? Yeah, you gotta be kidding me. That would actually probably be a good idea, but like I say. How do I come up with peak moments in this? Today was a disappointing live stream. Nothing got done. Nothing's acceptable.
You have collected enough reactant to open your relic.
So when this inevitably fails, I guess I'll go back and run for more G14s. You know, if I actually applied myself, I could probably do it in a day. But then I'd have to spend all day doing nothing but running it. And I've got other things I need to be doing. I just had another thought, you know. Yeah, if you watch, I don't know if anybody listens to live radio. You know, back in the days when talk radio was more of a thing. Nobody was listening to talk radio because they said, "Oh, look, they're going to be talking about this or that." Because I don't think you necessarily knew. You didn't find out until you actually tuned in.
Choose to leave now.
And while I'm not about to compare myself with talk radio, it's a broadcast of a sort. Owned, and I don't need that anymore.
Fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
Right, 5% chance now. Funnier things have happened. You know, I should have run that Wisp Prime. That would have been a good idea. Perhaps I'll do that.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
What do you want to bet? Place your bets. What are we going to get this time? Probably Former. Because, you know, I don't have enough Former blueprints. I've only got 25 or so. One thing I always have building is Former. I always seem to be using up is Former. I'm going to have a little bit of fun and see if I can run it. Oh yeah, I do have a Tauron strike enabled. Yeah, let's have a little fun. That was a bit pointless. Why have a tower on strike and then not use it?
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
What? Most stations themed? Probably. Yeah. Well, I don't have a Kestrel, do I? Right. And now I'm back to getting G14s.
The extraction team will take over from here.
Anybody remember where I get G14s? It's one of the Void missions, isn't it? Lift G14 is Hepit Void, Tyrannus Void. Yeah, Tyrannus seems to be a good one. So what I propose here is I go and get the Wisp set up. Seeing as I started it. This is generic primes, I'm going to call it. Okay. And so let's go and grab Wisp. And I'm going to keep these, so I am going to get an Oracle reactor. And I am going to get a Warframe adapter because my general policy is keep them. So what I want is adaptation. And what's the other one I want?
Operator? Is that a pun? I will attempt to bypass this fault.
If I can never remember what it's called. No, it's not redirection. Although that's useful. Ooh, yeah. I can never remember what it's called.
As ready as you will ever be.
It is... Why is it I can never remember what this mod is called? It is called... Fast Deflection. Yeah. Because fast deflection is useful. Where is it? It's a good looking Warframe. Fast deflection. There we go. And then anything else is... we'll stick vitality on. And shield's actually pretty good. I've got 7 left for shield. Oh. That's shield. That's health. Armor. Armored agility. Nope. I haven't got space for armored agility or steel fiber. Never mind. Let's grab... Oh. What aura do I want to stick on? It is... Yep. And... No, I'm not going to bother with that. Armor. Have I got enough space for armored? want agility. I do. Hang on. But steel fiber gives me better shot. And do I have any space for energy? No. Ooh, it's a might. I might. Look at that. Right. What do I want to stick on here? I've been sticking Arcane Strike on. And what's the other one I stick on? Arcane Primary Charger. Right. And given that I'm playing around with this kind of thing, let us, whoops, let us swap that out for, what did I pick up? I had something. Yeah. Yeah, that's not a good match, I can tell you. Am I going to be keeping this? Probably, but I'm not going to bother about that. So it is puncture damage. Let's go with full puncture. No. Yeah. And there we go. And let's see. Amalgam Organ Shatter. Yeah, why not? And oh, I wonder if Berserker Fury will work. Here we go. Right. Sorry about the delay. Do I have anything I want to update for the Nazarek? Ooh, might as well grab that. Amalgam Shotgun Barrage. Wow, it's not good, is it? Oh, I don't have much for shotguns, do I? We'll just pile some stuff on. Hunter munitions? Nope. Wow, I don't have any decent stuff for shotguns. Punch through. Seeking Fury. I don't have a lot of stuff for shotguns, it has to be said. Amalgam Shotgun Barrage. Okay. So now I've got nothing but stuff to upload. I'm sorry. And I'll worry about the details because... Right, sorry about that. One quick lesson probably in how to not set up stuff for early... Sorry about the delay there. If I'd had fast deflection and adaptation, I might have survived the circuit a little bit better. You can get Lith G14s, by the way, from
until reinforcements arrive.
the old path. I got one yesterday. Alright, let's see what this does. It's probably not going to be that good, but we'll see. So this is 12,000 points towards mastery level 17. Eventually. Oh, hey Jerry. Sorry, I didn't think to check to see whether you were online. Oh, the shotgun's surprisingly effective, actually. I mean, I grant you, this is a low-level mission. Yeah, it is. I mean, you could probably knock down things here with a fly swat. I mean, this is never going to replace hate as my, well, so far, whatever it is, glaive of choice.
Extraction is ready.
Oh look, we've already got one.
Of the enemy.
That was worth it.
Defend. You will be
By the way, in case anybody's wondering, that weapon they've got there, completely useless in real life. Nobody ever really employed anything like that. The funny thing is, there are, in weapons manuals, at least one of them actually has depictions on using a scythe in combat as part of a duel. And that doesn't mean it's a good idea. It's simply that the guy who wrote the manual, I think, was pretty much showing off. Yeah, because a scythe makes no sense. Having said that, purely fictionally speaking, there is one creature that actually might be able to make good use of a scythe, but not against another of its own kind. And that would be something like a giant. You know? Something like from Game of Thrones. Something like that, with a scythe, would probably be quite devastating against troops much smaller than it. If you bear in mind just how tall the giants were in Game of Thrones. A scythe for them would probably be quite useful. Because, you know, it's, what, 12 feet tall? Something like that? 18 feet tall? And it's fighting against beings which are, what, a half or a third of its own height. Having something which was designed to sweep around your feet, like a scythe, would probably be more useful than something like a sword. But that's purely fictional. In reality, scythes, no, would not make a good battlefield weapon. There is something called a war scythe, but it's not set up like this. I think a war scythe actually has the blade sort of rotated 90 degrees to face up, and then it becomes a proper polearm. So there you go. Everything you wanted to know about war scythes. What's the expression? Everything you never wanted to know about war scythes. Oh, drat. I should have said no to that.
Continue fighting.
Yeah.
Keep fighting. Another opportunity to
Everything you never wanted to know about war scythes but were forced to find out. Wow, it's got quite some ammunition supply there. I didn't realise. Okay. Alright. That shotgun is endlessly amusing. Sorry. Shouldn't laugh, really. I kind of like the Wisp. Sorry, I should have exited last time round and started it again. My apologies. I wasn't really thinking straight. I wasn't really thinking, I was just talking.
Extraction
Right.
is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
No, we'll come back, run it again. Yeah, we were supposed to leave that round, I'm sorry. The second round, Jerry. You can get the G14s on the first 2 rounds. Apparently, it's the first 3 and the first 6 count as rotation A. And according to the wiki, it's rotation A that grants you a... Ooh, what is it? 13.34% chance. So, grinding for G14s. You see, that would be a boring title, wouldn't it? Warframe, grinding for G14s, at which point everybody knows I'm going to be spending the next 2 hours
At our doorstep.
on Tyrannus over and over again. This way, it comes as a complete surprise. And then you get to complain, why are you doing the same thing over and over again? Welcome to Warframe, the grind is real. Oops, hang on a second. I forgot. Sorry, Sorry, I didn't have chat up and I couldn't see what people were saying. I do apologise. Now I'm going to have to try and follow along late in the day. I had the wiki up instead. My bad. So judging from that flickering, we may get a visit from our favourite. By which I mean Stalker. It's always nice when Stalker shows up. I kind of feel sorry for the guy though, he never has a chance. Reminds me a bit of wow. I'm starting to like this shotgun. Yeah, the way this thing moves reminds me of Titania. You know, that sort of glide. Does this thing fly by any chance? Or does it just glide fast?
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Continue to defend. You will be rewarded.
Oh, I didn't know that. No, it doesn't go that invisible. Invisible to whom? To who, I should say. Alright, I'm changing my mind on shotguns. Or this one. I can't remember. Did they give the scythes puncture damage? Because that would be sort of appropriate. The way they animate this thing. That point is basically what's going to be doing the damage. But if you want something that does puncture damage, you don't need something as big as this. A warhammer would do fine.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle
Yeah.
more of the enemy. Very impressive, Tenna. You held.
Sorry, let me see if there's any other comments that I missed. I'm sorry, Jerry. I missed this comment about, yeah, we're farming for relics. Or at least I am. And Bricage is being very kind and coming along. I have not used moats on anything. I don't think. Actually had a crash earlier today when I started that Warframe. Went to navigation, the system just, the game just crashed. It's always bothersome when that happens, because then you start wondering, did I corrupt something?
Our position
Can
has
it?
been compromised.
Ooh.
Defend the cargo until reinforcements arrive.
Which ones? I shall have to try that. I can see how I might want to develop the shotgun a bit more. Higher speed and fire... Yeah, well, improved fire rate's always useful. Absolutely maximize puncture damage. Which I think I kind of already have, to be honest. Whoa! That's a pretty good energy, pretty good shields for the Wisp. Oops. I am starting to change my mind on shotguns. A 40-round magazine on a fully automatic shotgun? Ooh, yeah, thank you. Me likey.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy. Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
Ooh. That's useful. Thank you. Given how much affinity I probably used trying to fight through the circuit. Anybody know which ability gets absorbed by the helmet when you feed it a Uriel? Because I should be able to do that in a few days. I mean, I'm going to do it anyway. I mean, there's only 1 or 4 that seems to be likely. It won't be 4, will it? 4 would be just too much fun. Ah, oh. The heal? Doesn't that summon up the demons? I can't remember the description for his heal. It's the... is it 2 or 3 button?
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
Minus the... yeah, it would be minus the demons. That's no fun. Why can't we have the demons?
We're done here. The extraction team will take over from here. Time to evacuate. Our position has been compromised. Defend the cargo until reinforcements arrive.
Oh, it's got another one of those drum magazines. Oof. I've complained about drum magazines on firearms before. I think I'm right, that's a drum. Oh no, it's not. It looks like a rear loading. Drop the... Yeah, it is, isn't it? That's different. I don't think there's anything quite like that in reality. There are guns, or have been guns, with magazines in the butt, so to speak, in the buttstock. Spencer carbine from the Civil War era kept its rounds in the butt. Tube magazine. There was another one. I can't remember who it was. Same sort of era. I think they had a helical magazine in the back, which was problematic to reload, and I can't remember all the details. And I think today you can buy things like 22s, which actually store ammunition in the buttstock.
Extraction is ready, unless you can handle more of the enemy. Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
I'm trying to remember... No, the G11 did not load from the rear, did it? Did it? No, I think it actually... G11 was this Heckler & Koch caseless ammunition experiment that nearly got adopted by the Bundeswehr. The only reason they didn't was because they decided to reunify with East Germany and they couldn't afford it. But I was thinking that reloaded from the rear, but I'm not positive. I think it might actually reload from the front. It had an above barrel magazine, but I think to reload it you actually had to reload it from the front, which strikes me as being a bad idea, to be honest, but I think they did. It's a great shame it never made it into service. That would have been a very fascinating experiment. Cedo Prime, I can almost see myself spending more time getting this set up.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
No, it wasn't. That was the gyrojet.
You held them all back. Time to get out of here.
What time is it? Okay, I can maybe run one more of these. Actually, I'll run until I've got everything maxed out. I think would be reasonable. No, the gyrojet fired rocket projectiles. Which... It was the 60s. They were trying stuff out. It was an interesting idea, but it would probably work much better now because we have better manufacturing techniques. But it's not really necessarily practical on that smaller scale because projectiles depend on speed. And the gyrojet didn't reach its maximum speed for some distance from the barrel, and that's got a certain application but doesn't work so well at close range. So yeah, it's a little bit too specialist in some ways. But no, the Heckler and Koch G11 used caseless ammunition. No brass case. Basically, your projectile was the powder charge with the bullet embedded in it. And there's a lot of materials technology that you have to deal with in order to get that to work. And this was the 70s. And they got it working to the extent that the Bundeswehr was planning on making it general issue. But like I said, reunification with East Germany came about, and so it never went into full-scale production. But I believe it went through all the testing processes, because there's, you know, one of the things about traditional cartridge cases is they are quite robust. You've got this nice brass case which acts as a container for all the bits. The case itself is somewhat waterproof. It's it serves quite well in terms of rough usage. You know, you can get the stuff damp and it'll probably still work. The concerns about the caseless ammunition is, you know, how fragile is it? Will it survive bad weather? This sort of thing. And I think the obvious answer to that was, well, for the testing purposes, before it was made general issue, it obviously survived well enough that the Bundeswehr said, you know what, we're going to make this general issue. It must have done, otherwise they would never have dreamed of deploying it. But I think they kind of overcame some of the problems with the G11's ammo by not issuing it as loose rounds. In other words, it came in protected packets that you could then use to reload your magazines, which is actually quite a reasonable solution.
Unless you can handle more of the enemy. Keep fighting. Another opportunity.
There are, you know, substantial advantages to caseless ammunition, which is why the concept's never entirely gone away. Yeah, they're lighter, which means you can carry more ammunition. More compact. You could get a higher rate of fire because you don't need to extract the cartridge case. So if you wanted an extremely high rate of fire, caseless is certainly an option. But the downsides to caseless ammunition are potential fragility of it, and overheating. One of the problems that Heckler and Koch had developing the ammunition was preventing the ammunition from overcooking, because at a certain point, if the chamber of your gun, and this applies to regular ammunition as well, if it gets too hot and you put a cartridge in there, it will go off, which is undesirable. But it's less of a problem with brass cartridge cases or aluminium or steel, because a lot of the heat of combustion is removed by the cartridge case itself. In fact, that's one of the primary purposes of a cartridge case is to remove excess heat from the chamber. Now the other problem is gas seal.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now?
A cartridge case, a brass cartridge case, acts as a gas seal in a gun's chamber. It expands slightly, prevents gas from blowing back around the cartridge case and hitting the person in the face. And brass is really, really good at this, because when you fire it, the cartridge case expands to seal off the breech and then is elastic enough that it relaxes so it can be ejected. Brass is brilliant at that. Aluminium and steel not so much, but you can get it to work with them, and they have their own bonuses, their own benefits. But when you're dealing with caseless, you don't have a gas seal. The gas seal has to be provided by the bolt fitting into the breech, and that requires precision machining and careful design. And you can do it, but it is more demanding in terms of manufacture. So I was not expecting to talk about the G11 today. One of the other problems, and I haven't finished, have I? One of the other problems with the G11 was, strangely enough, recoil. Now, the G11 was basically roughly equivalent to a 223. That's the modern, 5.56 millimeter NATO, roughly equivalent. Slightly smaller, yeah. And that is a very low recoil round. And the
enemy is at our doorstep.
The G11 had 3 modes of operation: semi-automatic, that's one shot at a time; full automatic, we hold down the trigger and it just fires away; and 3-round burst. All these are fairly common these days. Now, in full auto, the G11 managed, I think it was 650 rounds a minute, which is perfectly reasonable. It's a nice, reasonably controllable rate of fire. The problem was the 3-round burst, because they decided that this 3-round burst mode was going to operate at 2,100 equivalent rounds per minute, which effectively meant that when you were in 3-round burst mode, you no longer had a light recoiling round. It was almost the equivalent of firing a fairly heavy bullet at high speed. And if you watch some of the videos of tests where they're using 3-round burst, you can see that the recoil is quite heavy. Probably, most people don't actually handle that kind of recoil particularly well. It does require quite a bit of training. But, and I should add that most modern military arms that use 3-round burst don't run at 2,100 rounds per minute, which is what, 4 rounds a second, something like that.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
But the whole idea was behind such a high rate of fire with that 3-round burst that all your rounds would basically head towards the target before it was affected by recoil. So if you were on target, then everything would arrive very quickly on target, which, you know, is considered desirable. Right, I think that's everything I can think of to say about the G11. Except to say that Steyr, I think, did offer a caseless ammunition rifle to the general public in 22 and 6mm, from what I gather. I remember it being reviewed, and I don't know. It obviously didn't do too well in terms of sales because people, it went out of production. But there was an attempted civilian caseless round rifle, modern that is. I think it was Steyr. Might be wrong about that, but I think it was Steyr. Electrically fired, too. Oh yeah, I think the G11 used electrical ignition.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more.
After all that, we've gotten one G11.
That's the last of them. Objective is secure. Let's go home.
Right, I'm very tempted just to do one more round to get the Wisp up to rank, but I'm not going to because I do actually have stuff I need to do.
Ready for action.
But let's have a quick look at my profile. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Meh. Hello, puppy. Are you going to come out and say goodbye? Well, thank you, everybody, for coming along with me. I appreciate it, Jerry. And the cash. Thanks for the company. Ooh, what finished building? Might as well check that. Oh, yeah. Oh, that'll finish in a couple of hours. Yeah. Almost there. But like I say, I did start early so I could finish early so that I could go and do a couple of things I need to do. I ought to do a full shot. If it's not piddling down with rain, I might do that. I do need to consider that. Alright, I will be back obviously in a couple of hours to do The Long Dark, which will probably not have a meaningful title, unless I go with grinding for furniture. Yes, I'm afraid so,
Out here.
Tarsin.
Operator, I don't think you should answer that.
Yeah, I typically do about 2 hours, and I started this one early so that I could leave early. This is not a scheduled stream, so yeah. This is just one I do irregularly, but I don't schedule it specifically so I can mess around more with timings. So, yep, thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for watching. It is, as usual, greatly appreciated. Thanks for chatting. If anybody feels like leaving a like. Ooh, 11 likes. Thank you. If anyone feels like liking, subscribing, or following on the appropriate channels, that would be very nice. Help grow the channel. I should be able to make 320 subscribers by Christmas. Yay! That would be nice. Actually, I could make 330. So I'll be back in a couple of hours for the Long Dark, and in 12 hours for probably more Warframe. I hope you all have a good day, and I will see you all next time. Unless... Are you going to come out and say goodbye? You're not, are you? Oh, you are. Always hug your Kubrow. Or Kavat. Or whatever huggable animal companion you have. Right, I am definitely going to go. Thank you very much for watching. See you all later.